unable to be here due to a prior commitment that I felt was very important to the people of Mississippi, that we participate on the White House call with the President and the First Lady, the Vice President, and the entire coronavirus task force. We did get some additional information. We were able to update them on what we're doing in each and every state, certainly what we're doing in Mississippi. And I think it's fair to say that they were very pleased with our 14-day plan to test in nursing homes. We are continuing to see new cases in our state. We know for a fact that that this is not over. The threat is not gone. It is still here. We still have to be diligent. We still have to be smart. We also have to realize that we have 220,000 Mississippians that have filed for unemployment, and therefore it is critically important that we continue to work to reopen our economy, but to do so in a safe, responsible way. I am committed to that. We now have 11,704 cases, I believe, as reported on the State Department of Health website. But as you probably know, on each Monday, the department also now lists total number of recoveries. In Mississippi, we now have 7,681 recoveries in our state, and with 554 tragic deaths, we continue to have approximately 3,400 active cases in our state. We have more work to do, but I completely am convinced that we are much better served for you to be responsible, for you to do the right thing, to protecting yourselves and protecting your neighbors, and we can do far more with personal responsibility than we can do with government mandates. Having said that, I also think it's important that we as leaders in our state work with Dr. Dobbs and his team and the public health experts so that we can lay out guidelines for individuals and for institutions to follow those guidelines. And today, I'm extremely excited to share some further progress with respect to guidelines that are coming out. We are putting out guidelines today to help our churches safely return eventually to in-person services. But first, I want to remind everyone that in our state, churches were never shut down. It was important to protect our freedom of religion. It was important to recognize that it's a slippery slope when government starts telling our religious institutions that they cannot meet. However, what I did do, and I did it because I believe in protecting the public health and the safety of Mississippians, is I did reach out to our pastors. I reached out to our churchgoers. I have been asking them to do the right thing. And what I want you to hear me say today is I am incredibly proud of our pastors. I am incredibly proud of our churchgoers. I'm incredibly proud that you have been patient and that you have been smart. I know that you want to do the right thing, and I know that our pastors want to protect their flock. We're putting out guidelines today to help these pastors determine a safe path forward. We'll be putting out a document that will be on our website and will be delivered to media outlets that will provide quite a number of pages of guidelines. Some of the most impactful ones include deep cleaning your churches to ensure safety. Consider holding services just for the most vulnerable populations so that they can avoid interacting with larger crowds. Consider limiting your attendance and providing space between non-household units. Replace choirs with solo performers. I want to say that again. Replacing choirs with solo performers. We know that early on in this battle, we saw a number of community transmissions that occurred from various choir members that had the virus, spreading it to other choir members. Please be mindful of either spreading the choir out or just doing soloist. Avoid passing offering plates. Obviously, as you pass the offering plate from one person to the next and every single person touches the same offering plate, you increase the risk of the spread of virus. There is a way to take up an offering without doing that. We're also going to recommend that if you have coffee stations or other amenities within your church, to consider closing them for the time being. Again, these are guidelines. I would encourage you to consider waiting at least another week or two, perhaps to June the 1st, before you start instituting these guidelines. And I will say this as a personal point. My family is likely going to continue worshiping from home. I plan to continue doing our morning prayer service on Sunday mornings into the foreseeable future. I believe in my heart that our church is not a building. We can honor our Lord and still keep our neighbors safe. You don't have to rush back. We do want to provide a playbook for the best way to do it as safely as possible, but we want our pastors to determine when that time is right. I can't thank you, the people of Mississippi, enough. Over the last several days, I've reflected on the sacrifices that you have made, and it does me great good to know the way in which the people of this state have acted. When we asked you to be smart, you chose to be smart. When we asked you to socially distance, you chose to socially distance. Because of that, Mississippi has flattened the curve. But the risk is not over. We have to continue to be mindful. We have to continue to be smart. We have to continue to socially distance, whether we're in church or at work or somewhere in between. We have to continue to fight this invisible enemy. We know that COVID-19 remains in communities throughout our state. We know that it is worse in some communities than in others, but we know that it is in all of our communities. Because of that, I have to continue to ask you to be diligent, to be smart, to follow the guidelines that we have put out. Whether it's an executive order that carries the mandate of law or simply recommendations and guidelines, I have to ask you to continue to be smart, protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your fellow Mississippians.